Britain has become the first country in the world to approve the Oxford-AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine and the first to roll out that jab next week. Now, this is the second vaccine to be authorised for emergency use in the United Kingdom, and it can't come soon enough as Britain is struggling with another surge in the coronavirus.
On the 4th of January, so we'll start of next week, and the hospitals across the country are ready, but we can also use this vaccine in primary care. We can take it to care homes. It just needs normal fridge temperature rather than the -70 super cold storage that the Pfizer vaccine requires. So we'll get going on this from Monday.
For more, Ollie Barrett joins us now. Give us some good news, Ollie. How much of an impact will this second vaccine have on getting Britain to perhaps that stage of herd immunity and perhaps even an end to the country's coronavirus crisis?
This is, Dawn, potentially a very significant moment indeed. The Oxford-AstraZeneca jab is easier to manufacture, it's cheap, it's easier to store, it's easier to distribute than the Pfizer-BioNTech jab that is already in use here in the UK. Millions of doses should be available to Britain in just the coming weeks. 100 million doses have been ordered in total. So this is certainly considered a very significant moment indeed in terms of heading towards the point where life might be able to return to something like normality. The Health Secretary, Matt Hancock, who we heard from there, saying that he believes the approval of the Oxford jab does mean that Britain can get back to normal life by spring of next year. The other thing that's worth saying is that the regulators in approving this new jab have also approved a slightly different way of rolling out both the Pfizer-BioNTech and Oxford-AstraZeneca jabs. They are now going to prioritise people getting their first doses of these jabs because they believe that it's safe to do so and because a decent level of immunity, of efficacy, does appear to develop for people after they've received their first dose. So the priority now is going to be to get as many people their first dose as possible. The second doses for those people will still be given, but a little bit further down the line. And UK health officials believe that should speed up the process of getting, as you say, to that point of herd immunity in the coming months.
Ollie, let's get to that other issue, the Brexit trade deal, another big concern for the United Kingdom. EU officials have signed it now earlier today in Brussels. Where do we go from here? What's next for Britain and for the EU on the 1st of January?
Well, this will race through the UK's Parliament today. Some MPs are angry about how little scrutiny they're going to be able to give to this legislation before they vote on it, but they will vote in favour of it. It will receive royal assent from the Queen in hours from now. Boris Johnson will sign the deal and it will become law. And so therefore, Britain and the European Union on January the 1st will enter the terms of that new trading arrangement. There won't be tariffs on goods heading towards the European market. There will be access to the European single market for British businesses. That said, there will be some barriers to trade being erected as a result of Britain exiting the transition terms of its arrangements with the European Union. So businesses are being warned that there might be more paperwork for some of the business they do with the European continent. There might be more restrictions for individuals, travellers heading to and from Europe as well. Red tape is increasing in some areas and falling away in others, and in many ways we're going to have to wait to see how this all works out for businesses and individuals in the UK and Europe in the months and years ahead. This is something that starts on January the 1st, but will take some time for people and businesses and firms and organisations to get used to. It may well be that there are some parts of this arrangement which are going to be difficult and some which are going to work incredibly well, but it all begins on January the 1st.
An 11th hour deal, if there ever was one. Ollie, thank you very much for that. Ollie Barrett there reporting live from London.